Good evening and welcome to Cooking and Wine for Lovers Experience number 10. We're having dessert for dinner. We're going to do molten chocolate lava cakes with a wonderful Tempranillo.
And I'm Kurt.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're excited. We're all dressed up tonight and we're making dessert for dinner. And we do that because Melissa doesn't stay skinny like this by eating dessert all the time. So what we'll do sometimes is we'll have dessert for dinner, and that way we don't feel guilty about having a big gigantic dinner and then engorging on dessert. So we're just eating dessert tonight so we can feel good about it.
Yay.
So I'm making my version of chocolate lava cakes. We're going to have some Tempranillo. We're going to have a nice sweet dessert wine with the chocolate, and it's going to be really yummy. We'll show you how to make the lava cakes. It's really not as hard as anybody thinks. So we'll get right to it in just a second. Okay, so we're excited to make lava cakes tonight, and this is really not as hard as everybody thinks, but this part you have to do early, about 3 to 4 hours, because we need to get this chocolate melted, and then it has to go in the refrigerator. So we're starting with our 60% cacao bittersweet chocolate. We're going to do 2 ounces of that. We have a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and then we have a tablespoon of butter. And then what we're going to do is take these 4 squares, which are about 2 ounces, break them up in the bowl here. We have some water boiling, because you never want to cook chocolate directly, so this is a double type broil. So we're going to put that over our boiling water. We're going to pour our heavy cream in there. And basically we're going to whisk this until it melts. So this usually doesn't take that long, but I'll show you what it looks like as soon as it's all melted. And just kind of constantly whisk it while it's melting. Okay, so it's only really been about 4 to 5 minutes. This is nicely melted. We're going to whisk it up till it's nice and smooth. And then basically all we're going to do is we're going to take it off the heat, let it cool for just a little bit, and then we're going to stick it in the refrigerator for about 3 to 4 hours. We've done that look yummy. All right, and then we'll be back in about 3 hours to do the rest of the chocolate lava cakes. All right, so we have this chocolate that we had melted earlier and we put it in the refrigerator. It's been about 4 hours. So we're going to do this step next, because then what we're going to do next has to go back in the refrigerator as well. And this is the fun part. You get to play with chocolate. You might actually want to do this before you get dressed up. But what you do, we're going to get one of these little things here. We're going to scoop this chocolate out, and we're going to make 4 of these balls. And what we're going to do is just scoop it out of here, roll it together, and make a chocolate ball. Then we're going to do another one. And we want 4 all together for this particular recipe. And it is a little bit messy, but you want nice, solid, rounded chocolate balls. All right, just like that. And we're going to get them back in the refrigerator as soon as we can. I'm going to make 2 more, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Sweetie, that is another absolutely gorgeous dress. I know that's a new one for you, but you know what the best part about for me tonight is for the next hour as we make these lava cakes, I get to watch you walk around the kitchen in that, and that's kind of the whole excitement of this whole cooking and wine thing and why we do it. So anyway, honey, tell us about this dress and all about it.
So ladies, you know how at Christmas time when you're looking for that really nice dress, whether it be for a Christmas party, for a New Year's Eve party, well, that's exactly what I did last December. I got online and found a couple cute dresses. First time I have worn this is now today. So never hesitate to go on shopping and buy some things that you might not necessarily wear right away, but you will someday. But I love this dress. It's just a little simple black dress. It's got a little couple sequins in it. But what I really like is the back. It has some nice, really cool straps. So I love it. So keep your eyes open all the time. You never know what you're going to find out there.
Sweetie, I'm excited to watch you. I remember when you got that and tried it on, and I forgot about it until you put it on tonight. So it's going to be an exciting night.
It is.
All right, so tonight's wine, we actually have 2 wines since we're doing dessert. We're going to have a dessert wine. I'll talk about that in a second. The main wine we're going to have here while we're making our dinner tonight is a Tempranillo from Columbia Vineyards, which is a Washington State wine in Columbia Valley out in Washington. Just a beautiful place. The Tempranillo grape is usually found in South America, but these ones are from Washington. And Melissa's going to open the bottle with our really cool automatic wine opener machine. And then she's going to read us the tasting notes.
Okay, so the Columbia Winery 2021 Tempranillo is a bold, intriguing red wine. Aromas of raspberry and cherry mingle with hints of dried fig, crushed pink pepper, and shredded clove. Decadent layers of plum and thimbleberry with dust of cocoa and orange zest filled the soft palate. Textured tannins lead to a long finish with a touch of vibrant sour cherry.
So when you listen to that description, you can see why it's going to be a really good lead up to our chocolate lava cakes tonight. Melissa's going to start pouring that in our other cool decanter that she likes. And then while she's doing that, I'm going to talk about our other. We have a dessert wine that we also found in Washington State. We took the ferry when we were there over to Bainbridge Island and found this vineyard called 11. And they make this really great dessert wine called the Imbages. And we're going to try that while we have our lava cakes a little bit later.
I love this decanter. It is so cool.
It is very, very cool,
Yeah.
sweetie.
My mouth is watering.
All right, so the wine is in the decanter. Melissa's going to pour us a glass in our cool cooking wine for lovers glasses.
Oh, I'm very excited to try this wine.
We haven't had this in a long time.
It's been a while.
So we're going to give it a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's got a great flavor.
Excellent flavor. Yes, it does.
Awesome. All right, we're going to make some lava cakes.
Honey, tell us about the ingredients for tonight's meal.
All right, so these lava cakes are Kurt's take on a classic. And what we have here is a little bit of Godiva chocolate liqueur. And that's a little bit of a sad story because unfortunately they stopped making it. So once this bottle's gone, we're going to have to find a new chocolate liqueur. But for now, it's going to be great. But we have 2 egg whites. We have 2 eggs. We have 8 ounces of Ghirardelli semi-sweet chocolate chips. We have a 1/3 cup of sugar. We have some raspberries. We have a 1/4 cup of flour plus a little extra for dusting the ramekins. And then we, of course, have the 60% cacao bittersweet chocolate that we used earlier for the melting. So we're going to take all this stuff and put it together. All right, so we have our 4 ramekins, and we're going to take our Baker's Joy with flour and just spray these ramekins to grease them for our lava cakes. Takes about 2 seconds. And that's going to make it so they come out nice and easy. Okay, so of course the thing to always do when we're cooking wine for lovers night is make sure our wine is still good and try some. And yes, that is still an excellent wine. So we have a soup bowl that's boiling some water again. We're going to melt some more chocolate. We have our pan as a double boiler. We're going to put our chocolate chips in here. And then we have 8 more tablespoons of unsalted butter. And what we're going to do here is mix this up just like we did earlier with the other chocolate and get this all melted. And it'll probably take, the same as before, about 4 or 5 minutes. Whisk it gently. And then once it's all melted, just set it aside because we're going to use it in the next step when we make the lava cakes themselves. So we're going to let this all melt and then we'll go on to the next step. All right, so you can see our chocolate is nice and melted. And now we're going to take our egg whites and our eggs, put them in a big bowl here. We're going to whisk them together with our sugar, which is a 1/3 of a cup. And mix that all together. And now the best part, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of this chocolate liqueur. Yum. Melissa makes chocolate martinis with that, which are awesome. And then what we're going to do is we're going to whisk this in to our chocolate mixture. Just mix that all together really nice. Then we need to thicken it up just a little bit so it can make a good cake. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fold in our 1/4 cup of flour. Get that mixed up nice and good. As soon as I get that mixed where it's nice and good, we'll come back and show you the very last part of this recipe. Okay, everything's mixed together. I have our ramekins on a cooking tray. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to pour about a 1/4 of each batter into each ramekin. We'll get into all of them. Should take us just a second. And I'll show you the very last part as soon as we get these full. Okay, so we got our ramekins filled. And you remember the chocolate balls we made earlier? We're going to take each one of these chocolate balls and put it into our ramekin. We got 4 of them, 4 ramekins. Put 1 in each one. And then we're going to take a little spoon, make sure they're covered. Look at all that yummy chocolate. Oh, that looks so good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these ramekins in the oven at 400 degrees for about 14 to 15 minutes. We'll set the timer. We'll pull them out in a second. And we'll show you what to do next. All right, so our lava cakes have cooled for 10 minutes. And what we're going to do now is just run a knife around the edge of each one. We'll do this for all 4. All right, get that around the edge. And then we're going to take the lava cake and take our plate and invert it upside down. Ooh, that looks really pretty. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little dollop of Kurt's Super Duper homemade white chocolate whipped cream and a couple raspberries on top. And then we're going to give this a try because that looks awesome after we do the next one for Melissa.
I'm very excited.
All right, so we're going to give this lava molten cake a try.
Look at that.
Look at
Look
that.
at all that chocolate, gooey chocolate.
Oh my
I'm excited.
goodness, that looks so good. All right, honey, see what you think.
That is fantastic, honey.
Cool.
Very, very good.
Cool. All right, sweetheart, we're going to have these chocolate lava cakes. I'm excited. I'm going to pour some of this dessert wine for us. We don't really need a whole lot because this is pretty sweet, so we're just going to have a little bit for a taste. Okay?
Okay.
And
Here we
cheers,
go.
sweetheart, to another great night.
Beautiful
we need to
dinner.
try this lava cake, though, first.
Ooh, that's some good wine.
That is a good dessert wine. Now let's have a bite of this. You know, look at all the gooeyiness of that. Look at that. That is so cool.
Really good.
Those are
Really
so
good.
good.
So
Those are
we're
so
having
good.
dessert for dinner. It's awesome. So remember, the couple that makes good desserts together stays together. Until next time.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
enjoy it. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time.